Are you aware that there are substances or compounds in that food that inhibits the absorption of the nutrients in your food? Hi there. Now, there are substances which are in your food that inhibits the absorption of some vital nutrients in that food. Now, these substances, what they do is that when they accumulate in the body, they prevent certain nutrients that you can get from a particular food from being absorbed by the body. Okay, now we're going to look at five of these anti-nutrients. That is what we call them. Anti-nutrients are those substances or compounds in our food that prevents the absorption of those nutrients that we can get from that food. Okay, now in this video, I'll be sharing with you five of them that will help you know these nutrients that are in this food and then these anti-nutrients that inhibit their absorption and how they work. Welcome to Dietitian Review. They are called anti-nutrients. Now, what are anti-nutrients? Anti-nutrients are some of the compounds or substances in our food that inhibit the absorption of some nutrients in your food. Okay, they inhibit the absorption of some nutrients in your food. These nutrients can be macronutrients, can be micronutrients, could be vitamins, could be minerals. One of these antinutrients is called phytic acid. Okay, it could also be called phytate. Now, phytic acid, they are present in grains, in legumes, in nuts, and in seeds. Okay, so any food that belongs in this category, there's a possibility that there is phytic acid in this food. Okay, so if you're consuming any of the food in this category, whether it's a grain, whether it's your rice, it's your beans, it's your what have you, just know that there is some amount of anti-nutrient in them. So that's why we preach variety, right? So do well to eat this food, whether it's a grain, whether it's a legume are beans, groundnuts, sorghum, all those things, okay, in that family, in that group, we call them legumes. Whether it's a seed, whether it's a nut, you have cashew nuts, you have walnuts, and all those. Okay, whether it's a seed, seeds are things like breadfruit. Okay, there's a seed in breadfruit. Okay, so that seed in it, it's something that can have some amount of fight. I know you're getting value from this video, and if you're getting that value, I'd like you to click on the subscription button, click on that notification bell so that you'll be able to know when we release our subsequent videos. The next one is oxalic acid, which is also referred to as oxalate. Now, oxalates, they are found in foods like beetroot, which is called beets, rhubarb, and spinach. Okay, that means you find it more in vegetables. Okay, colored vegetables and maybe green leafy vegetables. Now, they also inhibit the absorption of calcium, the absorption of iron, okay, and other minerals. Okay, so basically these nutrients inhibit the absorption of calcium and iron. The second one is tannins. Now, tannins, they are said to inhibit the absorption of fats, the absorption of carbohydrates, the absorption of protein. Okay, so they are inhibitors of these nutrients. Okay, these macronutrients. Okay, now when they inhibit, where do you find them? Where do you find these tannins? Which group of foods are they found? Now, they inhibit the absorption of these nutrients in your tea, your coffee, and your red wine. Basically, they are said to inhibit the absorption of fats, the absorption of carbohydrates, the absorption of protein. Okay, so they are inhibitors of these nutrients, okay, these macronutrients. And then iron. Iron is also one of those nutrients that are inhibited, by these same tannins. Okay, tannin inhibits the absorption of iron. That's why in the last video which we did, we explained to you that tea is good. Okay, you can take the green or the dark tea, but there is also a caveat there. Now, excess consumption of teas, might lead to you having some level of anemia, especially if you're already predisposed. So you take your tea in moderation. It will help you to prevent the accumulation of these tannins, which leads to the absorption, the absorption problem of iron. Iron is very important. Iron helps in the production of hemoglobin, and hemoglobin is vital for blood production. So that is why you don't need to overconsume these teas in order not to lead to tannins inhibiting the absorption of your iron. Now, the next one is lectins. Lectins, they are the antinutrients that inhibit the absorption of carbohydrates mainly. Okay, carbohydrate is the major, nutrient that lectins inhibits its absorption, and we can find this lectins in grains, in legumes, and in some vegetables. Okay, so these lectins, they are majorly involved in inhibiting the absorption of carbohydrate. Protease inhibitors is the final one. Now, which nutrient does this inhibit? Just like the name implies, it inhibits the absorption of proteins, okay, mainly proteins. And you can find them in legumes such as beans, peanut, soybean. They affect the absorption of zinc, magnesium, and then calcium. Okay, so they inhibit the absorption of zinc, magnesium, and calcium. Now, this is where we'll draw the curtain on this episode of our dietitian review. Now, in the next episode, we'll be looking at how we can reduce the effect of these anti-nutrients. Stay tuned. See you next time. Bye for now. I know you're getting value from this video, and if you're getting that value, I'd like you to click on the subscription button, click on that notification bell so that you'll be able to know when we release our subsequent videos. Thank you for listening.